So, hello, sports fans. Yes, I'm still alive. Thank you for joining me on this video today. I think I finally kind of have everything that's happening, going to happen in somewhat order, and I want to discuss it. So, this is going to be about forest fires, being evacuated, moving spots when you've got multiple cars, but only one of you. Bad luck, because I'm Ralph Luck, and whether it's good or bad, I'm always lucky. And let you know about coming out to our new spot, how I found it, what I looked at, and also kind of an unfortunate issue between a ranger and a new neighbor at my spot. Didn't involve me at all, except I knew the lady, and we talked. And I'm going to show you Ninja now as I go forward and also explain my nomadic life situation. So here's from front carpet on my front porch, looking out into the vast forest. Of course, you see Ms. Ninja there. And the last couple weeks at this spot, it's rained just about every day. Today it rained for about 2 hours, pretty hard. It may sprinkle tonight, but it's just enough, as you can see, to keep the ground pretty moist. Get your shoes dirty. It definitely gets Ninja's feet wet and a little muddy, but she has no fear. She comes out in the snow or the rain. As you can see, we've got many miles of forest this way. This is kind of where I take my walks with Ninja. And let me show you around the rest of the location here real quick before we start catching up here. So this is in the Belmont area, west of Flagstaff, about 12 miles, and north of the I-40. And then there's a main forest road that goes on for 10, 12 miles. Well, about 5 miles in, I take a side secondary main forest road, come in a couple miles, and then there's this kind of casually named side road that actually dead ends down here to a 4x4 only, like, pipeline road. So at the very, very end, I camped last year. I think right where that camper is, my neighbor, I camped 2 or 3 years ago. And when I first came in, this place was packed. I went all the way to the end. It was packed. And I pulled in here. There was somebody right across over there at the time. Let's go and show you. This is looking north into that secondary forest road. Just, I think yesterday I got a new neighbor. And when I came in, right on the other side of this side forest road was a van. Ninja's always got to be in the picture. And then where I showed you the new neighbors at, there were probably 4 other RVs over there. But I came in, pulled in, and over the last week and a half, 2 weeks I've been here, it pretty much dwindled down to just me and this neighbor, who will be mentioned in my story later. And she loves hiding in this grass. And the ranger I talked about. I'm going to try and go in order, but a lot of things I'll throw up as I think of them. So the Jeep has continued to overheat any speeds above 65. So you see, when I pulled up, there were still the fire restrictions, but I threw out from the other camp some of these good pieces of wood. I did put up some cones here so I could always tell where to come in. And the fire pit I would use would be right over here. I haven't bothered to dig it out. It's been raining so much. But just a couple days ago, they lifted the fire ban restrictions at Coconino County National Forest. So as you can see from my neighbor over there, we can have fires again. I'm just going to go ahead and talk as I walk around with Ninja here. So, back around, let's say July 4th, right before that, a Sedona fire had started probably about 10 miles west of where I was, which was, well, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes south of Flagstaff. And I kept my eye on the fire day after day as it grew, and it was not contained. And then one morning, fire ranger guy knocked on the door. And I said, "Hi, sir. Please tell me this is not about the fire." And he said, "Yes, it was." So he said, "You've got to be evacuated by tomorrow morning." Start out of Coconino County with the fire restriction called ready. That means, hey, be ready to leave in a day or two. Then set. Set means be ready to leave today or tomorrow. Really quick. And then go means you're gone. You got to be left leaving today. So when they saw me, I don't know if she got a mouse or not. When they told me it was go time. They said you need to leave by tomorrow morning. Well, I hooked up the Jeep, drove the RV here, and I'll kind of do it with Ninja in the background, even though you probably watch her rather than me. But it was go time. First I drove, the day he told me, I drove the Jeep up here, found this spot, which is the only one around that I liked, good cell service, off the main path, and I put a bunch of cones and my chairs down. So the next morning I hooked up the Jeep, got the RV all packed up, and we came here and found the spot that I have. Again, let me show you. And that's one thing I always recommend is that you know how long and what would need to be done if you have to evacuate. I've had to evacuate one other time before this for fire reasons, and one time in Texas because I was on the Gulf Coast of America, back when it was named that other name, and everybody on the beach had to be evacuated because of the high storms that were going to flood the whole beach area. So always be prepared. You never know when you have to be out at a 2-hour notice. I mean, today I heard lightning sounded like it hit right next to me. What if that would have started a fire? You know, I'd have to decide, okay, hook up the Jeep and go. Put the slide out in and we'll leave everything else. Or maybe I do have a few minutes to gather things. So always think about having to evacuate. Now, the funny thing is, I had one of my Phoenix friends that I said, "Hey, is there any chance you happen to have your trailer up here in this area where I was being evacuated from?" I go, "Because they're locking everything up tomorrow." And he's like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, my trailer's up there unattended." Because they would drive up from Phoenix, leave their trailer, stay up here for a couple days, drive back to Phoenix, come up in a few more days, and do that for a while. So luckily I notified him, and he came up that day when I was notified by the ranger to get his trailer, and he actually moved across the freeway. Not a great campsite, but safe out of the way from the evacuation zone. We're in the beautiful forest. God is good. Weather's great. I think it was 78 today. The highest it hit the other day was 84. In this Belmont area, it's always about 3 to 4 to 5 degrees cooler in Flagstaff or Munns Park, which is nice. And we're about 7,200 feet elevation. We're about 15 minutes from a Pilot gas station and an RV store. She is meowing like crazy. She's upset she wasn't on camera. There you go. Go show them how you lay in the mud right there. So, I'm keeping a positive attitude. I'm doing everything I possibly can. So, right across from me was a van lady. She had a rope across with blankets and clothing out. Looks like they were drying. She had a little tiny trailer that had all kinds of junk in it. Didn't bother me, but kind of looked like, yeah, she's probably either been there a long time or planning on be there a long time. Right away, her dog I noticed was off leash. Pretty good sized dog. I watched the dog come around my RV, pee, probably poop too, but who knows. Set off my motion detector alarms, and I saw one day the dog running down and racing right towards somebody, and she's yelling at the dog, and the dog's not coming back. And she's like, "The dog's nice, the dog's nice." Well, the dog runs right up to that person and jumped on him. I mean, I got to admit, after the dog was around my RV several times, I went across the street to talk to her, and the dog started charging me. And I've got my gun on me, and I put my hand on the gun because if the dog latches on and bites me, I'm going to have to put it down. And I just wanted to talk to her about the situation and her dog. And very nice lady, but her dog was off leash. And I kind of said, you know, some people aren't going to like that. I don't like it when they come and set off my alarm and poop and pee around my RV. When I'm sitting out with Ninja, the dog comes running over. It's not listening to the owner. The owner is very nice, very friendly. We still talk. I don't mean any disrespect to her, but even in the National Forest at Coconino County, there is a leash law for your dogs. So apparently, the one neighbor that's still here called the ranger on her, and the ranger came. She texted me after the ranger left. She took pictures of the ranger's vehicle, and she goes, "The ranger just told me I had 24 hours to leave, and that I'd been here over 2 weeks, and my dog's loose." And apparently, when the dog charged the ranger drew down and pointed the gun at him, at the dog. You know, it's an easy way to get your dog shot by not having it on a leash like that. So the ranger said, "Hey, get out of here." Then apparently he pulled up to my RV, but I didn't even know. He never knocked. And here I am, a couple weeks later, still here. But she pretty much got chased out, which was really sad. We're still in touch. Texted her today. Very nice lady, but that's a story for you about rangers keeping your dog on a leash and probably not having your camp set up looking like you're living there for the next couple of months. So I'm Ralph Luck. This has been RVing with Luck. I've been almost full-time in my RV for 5 years now, almost 5 years. I saved the best info till end because if you stay to the end, I want you to know about me and my lifestyle. So as you saw, I'm in my Class C RV with my martial arts cat Ninja. We're boondocking, we dry camp, we free camp, if at all possible. Don't forget my 3 standards, rules, words of encouragement. Be positive, be nice, be active. What's that crazy cat doing? What? Say goodbye, everybody.